Ah, yes. I logged off, it was raining. Now we can. So this is what I've been thinking about with this character, because, um, you know, basically I reinstalled this game because I had this character, and I realized that, there's a difference between I'm gonna get on and, like, progress this character I have, or, like, see what happens with when I already have, all the loot and shit. You don't really have to put as much effort into acquiring things, it's just like, alright, like, and this guy's been stacked for so long, and it's like, but it was fun getting to this point and everything I've done so far, but I realized that there's like an expiration, at least for me personally, and probably for other people too, but like, as far as like the fun goes, like, once you've proven, you can like withstand like this sickness, and then like make a fire on your own and hunt and fish and do all those things. It's like, once you've proven that you could do that on a character, on a life, on some map, you could do it again. You might get unlucky and like not get all the shit that you need or whatever, like whatever, like not having hooks or something, and you're trying to fish and you're just like missing one thing. Like, that happens. But also, like, also when I logged on, it said there were 17 people, which is a lot for this server, for first person only. Like, kind of like a niche thing, but I guess it's like growing in popularity a little bit. Official vanilla first person only Livonia. It's pretty niche upon niche things. But my point is that, like, I don't really know what to do with the character, and it's kind of like more like a, I don't know. I don't want to say that it's like an issue with the game itself, but because of the design of the game, there's no like it's very hard to carry over progress from a life, right? Like, yes, you can create stashes, and yes, you can make bases and stuff, but in the vanilla game, like, getting back to a stash that's all the way across the map, it takes a lot of time and effort, and by the time that you would get there, like, you'd likely have just as much stuff, or like better stuff by then again anyways. So it's kind of like, unless you just happen to spawn right where you died, like, I guess what I'm getting at is, like, I feel like some kind of system where, I don't know how to, like, I don't know what it would be, but something that, like, carries over progress, I think, would be good. I know that's, like, I don't know, it's probably never gonna happen, maybe unpopular opinion for people, like, doing like that, but I don't know. Because, for example, like, I literally almost just jumped off that tower. I thought about it. I was like, do I just kill this character? Like, do I really care about, like, just fucking running till I run? Is that a guy? I thought the guy in the police uniform was a dude. You know what I mean? It's like, eventually I'm gonna run out of food, so I'm have to, like, get more food, or like do whatever I can to keep this guy alive. But, like, for what, It's like, literally all it's doing is prolonging this guy's life, which delays the start of your next run. Right? Like, if you're gonna keep playing and you want to do like a fresh run, That's bullshit that hits me. Bro. Yeah, it's just kind of like the idea of like, if I want to start another adventure, this guy has to die, you know? So on this server at least, like, so like, that's kind of like my idea is like, it could make it so that you don't want to just like waste a character's life to start a new one, but that's not like so ridiculously OP that like people just like kill themselves intentionally all the time for meta, like just respawn with more than you had. Whereas in this, like, the character's dead permanently, you know? Like, you could come back as another character and loot your stuff, but, like, it's not going to be easy to get there, like, usually. So what got me thinking about that more was, like, the fact that I have, like, everything that I love. Like, a bunch of ammo, 308, like, 7.6239, bunch of 7.6254. I don't have a Mosin, but, or SVD, but, you know. The SKS with a fucking PU scope. I got like a Tundra with the hunting scope. I mean, I have like the setup, you know? And it's just like, what do I have left to prove with this guy though, other than how long I could keep him alive? So that's kind of like what it comes down to is like, alright, now the challenge is, since like, I wasn't really trying to like accumulate more food and I just wanted to see, you know, if I would get in a fight. And now I haven't seen anybody, you know, and it's like, so now I'm still alive. It's like, eventually you gotta just, like, I don't know, either go for something that's really risky but worth it or fun, or I don't know, something to make it like worthwhile to get to this level of gear. I think that's why people lose interest, like, in general, like especially when you're talking about like streamers and stuff who are playing every day. What am I supposed to do, you know, once you get to a certain point? Like, for example, I could just get in a fight and die right now, or I could like make a fire and like cook this chicken breast I have, you know, and it's like, how much longer is that gonna have me go, you know? I don't know. Like, yeah, I have the good gear, but like, what's the point if you don't use it? So quickly, when I'm trying to survive, you know, you're trying to like avoid PvP and stuff, but I feel like the only thing, is that a guy right there? So yeah, it's either like I run out of food and die with all this gear, or I like try to get a fight, you know, like Nick. What are the odds that of 17 people, one of them's here? Probably pretty good. If you averaged one per town, there'd be like a guy here. So yeah, like the more I thought about it, like a RPG, you know, like you level up an account thing, like I'm not sure that's the play. I was thinking like something along the lines of like 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 a checkpoint, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's kind of like counter to what most of the things in the game. I'm just saying, like, I'm just thinking about the reason why like people stop playing, because they get like, all right, like what now, you know? It's like, like if it was like a single player game or something, you beat it a couple times, you get really good at it. It's like, you know, unless it's your favorite game, it's like either you're gonna like start doing speed runs of it, or like you're probably good, you know. You don't get the same enjoyment out of it anymore. But once you've proven that, you know, you can get to like the same point, you know, over and over, it's like, okay, I got the food aspect, like, you know, survival aspect of getting safe food, cooked food, and safe water, and, you know, staying like healthy, like, don't, you know, if you get sickness, like knowing how to like baby it and all that kind of shit. Like, it's only rewarding when like so many times, you know, when you keep your character alive doing it. It's like, I already know that works. I already know feeding my character and keeping it healthy is gonna keep it alive longer. It's like, I don't need to keep playing to gather more like data or experiences on that, you know what I mean? So it really just comes down to like, you gotta be in the mindset and the mood to like to really do it, you know. I think that's why if you look at like certain, you know, people who are like maybe, you know, DayZ, they're streamers, and like DayZ is like their main game, which isn't a lot of people. Not all of them stream every day, you know what I mean? Because it's like something you could get burnt out on pretty easily, I think. So my idea is like, how do you remedy that? Like, for example, if it was like, I'll just make some shit up right now that's like not a good choice or example, but it's an example because I can't think of anything better on the spot. Is like, say you played and you like had a good run going, met up with some people, whatever, then you die in a fight, and it's like, fuck. Feels like a preemptive death, you know? Like, oh, if I could have just reloaded the gun, or the gun didn't jam, or there's something, you know? But then if it was like, oh, you just like reached this milestone or achievement or checkpoint or whatever, and now you have like XYZ, or maybe you like, I don't know, get to pick your spawn one time, or like get a, you know, start with a pistol or something that like doesn't set you back all the way to zero progress. It's like, okay, you kept a character alive for like 5 real life days or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, it could at least give you the option to be like, do you want to start at zero with like just a fucking, you know, bandage or whatever, or, you know, or you could spawn like in a random building in Northwest Airfield with like a basic kit or something that would, which is like, you know, clothes and a pistol with 1 mag or some shit like that, you know what I mean? Like, that's definitely like not within the vision of the game, but I'm just saying like something like that is what would get people to play it for longer, because they don't have anything, these like milestones to look forward to that like every other game offers and is clearly proven, tried and true over and over again to work and get people hooked and like want to keep playing your game. Like, that's just like skin stores. Like, everybody knows the skin store is going to update, and they all say like, ah, I'm not going to buy anything, and then a cool one's in there and like, all right, well, I got to get that one, right? Like, eventually there's going to be something. But like, these guys don't even like sell anything. It's like, bro, I've had this game, I paid like $10 or $15 for this game, and I've had it for years. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like I owe them money, which is fucking weird to say, because like, you know, it's not like the most ugliest perfect game ever. I think we could all agree on that, but like, I've played it for like 700 hours, like $15. If you're talking like per minute of entertainment, it's like literally I'm printing money, you know? Like, so that's the way I look at it, you know? So if a developer is giving you like that experience for like X amount of money, then pretty much delivered exactly what they should, you know? Like, more for your value. Like, you got your money's worth, but you can't stop playing it. You want to keep playing it more. Like, to me, that's what a good game is by definition, you know? Like, Diablo 2, for example. I've got my retail base Diablo 2 copy from a friend, and then got hooked on it, and then bought the expansion, which was like $20. So like, originally I paid like $20 for a game I played for thousands of hours. Like, just don't see that same kind of like return on most games because they're like inherently developed to like not have as much depth, like whether intentionally or unintentionally. Like, they just have like a development cycle where they, you know, already know, all right, this is our plan for 5 years or whatever, and like if that game's not a part of it in 3 years, like they just kind of like, you know, different than when they first were coming out with like a game and an IP and you didn't know what was gonna happen. So they bank off of the success of it instead of using the success to like, you know, take it further than maybe it really deserved to go or something like that. I want to say that or look at it that way. It's like crappy movie that like it's just like about this thing that you loved, so you watch it because you loved it, but then it's a crappy movie, right? But they still got you to watch it. That's like the whole point, right? Basically, it's like you know, how do you add something that's like kind of counter, you know, it's like you give it like a little bit of that sellout kind of like make you want to keep playing aspect, like gratification, or like it's not even necessarily instant gratification, but it's like gratification over time. Like, you think about it like an MMORPG, for example. Imagine you played an MMORPG for like 10 years, 5, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years or something at this point for some of them, right? And then get some like insanely rare, you know, raid item, or, you know, something that you've been like hoping to get forever and you finally get it. Like, you get to keep that progress, and then plus all of the, you know, feeling of like worth or value of the time that you put into it, because you like keep your character, right? It's not gonna like just randomly disappear. It's like an MMORPG. That's the fundamental of the game, is that your character is permanent in the world and keeps its progress and stuff, right? So I don't think this water is safe. To be honest, I can't remember. I feel like I found this canteen with this in it, so I'm just gonna dump this out. But it's not safe. Found it like that. Imagine someone shot me through that window while I was fucking with my inventory. Oh my god, dude. I would laugh so hard. Like, well, found him. It's just, yeah, it's like the aspect of it that, like, feeling of progression beyond just like what you get out of playing the life of a character fully or whatever, you know, like that's kind of like I think what's missing to really keep people like interested in like having a reason to like go again, you know, like for example, like I don't know, like even if you like the game is terrible or you like the game or not, like one example that is a good example in this case would be like leveling up in Apex Legends so that you get an Apex pack, and then like maybe you get a legendary skin in the pack, right? Like that's like dopamine hit or whatever you want to call it, that like you get that even if it's for some crappy character that you don't even play. It's kind of like, oh, I got a gold, you know, and it's like, for what? You're playing a shitty game. You're fucking trapped there playing a shitty game, and then you get a shitty skin you don't even want, but somehow it keeps you hooked in playing the game. Like, it's like, as soon as you recognize that that's what's happening, you're like, wait, what the fuck? Why am I playing this fucking dog shit, you know? Like, once you get to the point where you're like, yeah, I don't care about any of the gold skins or any of the skins. You can suck my nut, dude. Like, I have a fucking kunai knife on Wraith, and they like nerfed the character to fucking shit to where you couldn't even like play it and have fun. Like, how is that any good? Like, why would I want to keep playing your game now? Like, I got the cool skin that makes you like the, you know, the character, and then you just like make the character unplayable. Like, you're trash. Like like you're basically Riot Games at this point. That's literally what they do with League of Legends. Come out with a new character, it's super OP, everybody's like, what the fuck? And then they buy it because they're like, I have to have this because everybody else is playing it, it's OP. Then everybody buys it, and then they nerf it, and they're like, oh, everybody complained it was too strong and that it was making that you buy it, so we nerfed it, and then now they already have your money. Everybody freaked out, spent their money, and then, or coins, whatever the fuck it is in game, and like, then they just nerf it. It's like, you gotta have faith in the development team that they're not gonna just like make massive nerfs like that, and then when they keep doing that shit over and over again, it's like this pattern is not gonna change, you know? Be like if an original MMORPG from like the late 90s, early thousands was just fucking like over buffing and nerfing every class every day, nobody would have played it. They would have been like, what the fuck are these guys doing? They can't figure their shit out. It's fucking stupid. And everybody would have quit. And none of them, including, you know, EverQuest, World of Warcraft, etc., would have, none of them would have been hits. Nobody would care because it's a trash way to make a game. But people are forced into it because it's like, well, I want to play this game. My friend's playing the game. Dude, that was weird. That lightning hit right as the like color of the battery charging changed. So yeah, while those like progression systems and stuff are like pretty arcadey and kind of counter to what this game is, I feel that's kind of what's missing for me to like care more about what I'm doing right now. That's just one perspective though, and that's my analysis, but it's like me shooting and running through the streets, and like normally I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't just be like, but like I'm so uninterested in keeping this character alive that I'm just like trying to get somebody to fight me, you know what I mean? Like so that I can justify using all this gear like on something worthwhile instead of just sitting around killing a bunch of zombies, you know? I think also, yeah, like solo's kind of tough because it's like if I had a teammate, maybe we'd be like, yo, let's go like throw up a base or like try to find a tent and set up a tent and store some loot in it so we have like a foundation, you know? But it's like for me solo, it's like I'd rather just start over and like loot everything again than like I've done, you know, stashes before, and like every time I ever get a super stack stash is when I don't go back to it. I either can't make it or I don't go that way or like, you know, I die, whatever. It's just like, yeah. Anytime I ever put any effort into like making sure it was like sick to come back to, I never end up going to it. And most of the time when I find somebody else's stash, I'll just like put the stuff I don't need in there, you know? And they're gonna be like, oh shit, like that one time, I don't know if it was in this like character's life or a different one, but I had way too much shit and I left that like M4 and a bunch of ammo and shit in a thing. If a guy came back and like saw it, he probably would like, most people would be stoked, like just like a free gun and shit, just random like in your stash that someone left you, like kind of sick. You know, I feel like if I do that or like leave some other shit and then I take like one thing, like, oh man, I really need one of these batteries or something, you know? It's like Survivor's like, you know, resource share program. But then like there's a shovel too. It's like telling me, it's like bury your loot. But like why? But why? Also like running out like in the rain and shit, like I could just get sick, you know? It's like, do I care though is the thing. I think also not knowing the new Livonia map is like a little, not disorienting, but just like I don't really know what like, you know, I don't have like a goal like, all right, we're kind of looted, let's go to like airfield or something, you know, like where you're like, that's the plan, you know? It's like I'm just kind of like, I don't know, map's cool, but I don't really know like where to go or what I want to do. I'm just exploring, you know? Bunch of fucking seeds. It's like telling me there's like the shovel, a bunch of seeds. It's like you should make food if you want to keep this guy. Like, it's actually fucked up, bro. That's actually like fucked up. It's giving me what I need, and it's being like, bro, you're gonna die because you didn't do the stuff was there. It's like streamer mode. Like, chat's gonna yell at you if you don't loot those packets of seeds in the... Where was the shovel? Inside? Like, fuck you guys, I'll get it. You think I don't know how this shit works? Pepe laugh. Yeah, see, I'm not even live, and I know what's in the chat, you know? Like, he doesn't know Pepe laugh. That shit. Where the fuck was the shovel, though? Oh, here it is. Shovel kinda goated, though. And then there's this one. Wasn't it, like, in the corner? Where's that other pack of seeds? I saw it, too. There was, like... See, now that I'm, like, actually looking for it, I can't fucking find it, of course. And then it's gonna get nighttime, like... Bro, you think, like, dude, nighttime can be annoying in Rust, but, like, this game nighttime is fucking 10 million times more annoying. You, like, literally can't see shit. Unless you have a flashlight. Dude, my stam is so bad. I gotta drop one of these shovels. Wait, Mosin bayonet, what? That was a second, I thought it was a Mosin, I got excited. Pitchfork? Wait, can you make... I don't know if you can make crops with that. Was that glow stick? I mean... Fuck it, I don't care. Come at me, dog. I'll fucking glow. Oh, it's on the backpack, right? I thought it was white. Is it red? Okay. Hey, don't shoot me. I just can't see. You know, I got a glow stick, but we could talk this out, you know. Actually. Now listen here, Johnny Twinkleseed. Where the fuck is... Dude, I swear to God, I saw a pack of cucumber seeds and a pack of pepper seeds. I backtracked, got the fucking pepper seeds and the shovel. But where the fuck is the cucumber seed? They're like in another building or something that I just didn't go back to. There it is, I found it. Zucchini. Bro, I'm kind of like, don't want this glow stick. Making me sketched out. And it does help with seeing shit though. Just, it makes you stand out so bad. Is this someone's base or attempted base build? What was that? Done. Yo, these pants are actually fucking nice. Holy shit. I needed pants really bad. I mean, I would just fix the ones I have because I like them, but I don't have any, like, anything to fix them with. I don't get, like, I don't know, it's just weird, like, how, like, some things you can ring out and some you can't. It feels inconsistent, I don't know. I get that it's just their decision arbitrarily, but if we're trying to go based off of like semi-realistic ideas, why can't I ring out gloves? I just don't get it. Pants, shirts, beanies, anything like cloth, but like why not gloves? That's like the classic thing to ring out is gloves. Like you put it in your hands and you twist it. Like shoes I could get. It's like kind of hard to ring out like these hunting boots. They're all like can't really even fucking turn and twist that shit. Like this though, okay, this makes sense, right? But I mean, realistically, is this like balaclava that different than gloves? Why can't I do gloves? I don't know. One thing. And also like this vest. Like, can I at least like shake it or something to get it less than soaked? It's like I'm pretty much forced to make a fire, basically, if I want to like dry my stuff. That if you were like really trying to not get sick or whatever, you'd have to do that. But I have so much shit, it's ridiculous. I'm literally like a piñata right now. Like if someone kills me, like if they looted me, they'd be like, "What the fuck? That's got a lot of shit." Half the shit I don't even know what like damp means for it. Like, is damp bad for chicken? I mean, like, I feel like that would actually be good now. You cook this and it gives you more hydration. No, like it's like wet shoes that I've never worn. You know what I mean? It just all becomes like a little much at a certain point. You know what I mean? Like, for example, if you're new to a game like Rust, it's a lot to learn, a lot to take in all at once, right? Imagine that game having, like, it's raining, so, like, if you're outside with, like, your AK or whatever, it just, like, jams because it's raining. Like, people, yeah, it's just a different beast, you know? That's, like, types of mechanics that, like, games intentionally add and embrace, and then I think that's what makes it good. So that's what's hard about like how do you add this like kind of arcadey or whatever element to give it some kind of sense of progression. There's so many like I'm not really sure if it's worth it, you know. Maybe it is like the solution is just to only play like when you feel like it versus like changing the core of the game just to make it like more like readily replayable or something. Fuck. Oh, that was fucking sick. Holy shit. I went for that and I whipped on his ass, boy. Tell you something, glad I took this fucking. Watch out. Common game. Yeehaw! What? It came out of nowhere. Oh no. Why is the tundra so like trigger delay? Like why is it so inaccurate hip fire? Like makes no sense. Like if they're right in front of you, you should be able to just it doesn't matter if it's a fucking Ioka or a L9, right? You just fucking headshot. It's a crunch sound, headshot, boom. Like, why is it so? It's weird. It's a very like Tarkov gunplay thing or something. You're like, if you jump at the exact moment while you're like shooting, the aim cone is like a zillion%. I felt like I was right on that guy too. I don't know. It's just weird. Bandage. Let's see if I can bandage really quick. Let them noticing me. my god, there's a lot of them. Oh shit. Now listen to me. A fucking throwback. Oh shit, son. Now listen here to me. Fucking really? Why is this up here? What? Where's this fucking bitch come from? Fuck. Bro. Dude, I knew that. I knew it. I got stun locked, so I tried to drop the nade and keep running, and I got stun locked and the nade was in my hand. So I got knocked unconscious, but the nade was in my hand with the pin pulled, so I was unconscious. It's actually kind of epic. So a bunch of zombies right there just died. So if somebody was like close, dude, they got the come up on the loot right there. That was pretty sick.